is synced in secrets.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Judge Geraldine Watley. It is a pleasure to be here with you all today. I understand the attorney Josh Zuniga is representing the defendant Tynesha Perry in this civil lawsuit brought by the plaintiff, Ms. Loretta Reed, who is represented by the attorney Monica Price. This case concerns the alleged wrongful death of a family member. Before we begin, I expect everyone in this courthouse to conduct themselves professionally and respectfully at all times, and all remarks will be directed through the court. With that being said, we will begin with the opening statements. Attorney Price, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Today, my client, Ms. Loretta Reed, is seeking justice for the wrongful death of her son. She is seeking compensation for loss of income, pain and suffering, and funeral expenses. The evidence will show that the defendant, Tynesha Perry, failed to maintain a safe environment at her place of business and failed to properly discipline the employee whose actions led to this tragic incident. As a direct result, Ms. Reed lost her son. Therefore, we are seeking damages in the amount of $250,000 to fairly compensate Ms. Reed.
Thank you, Attorney Price. Attorney Zuniga, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. My client declines any liability for the plaintiff's demand of $250,000. Ms. Perry is simply not responsible for the death of Mrs. Reed's son. The evidence will show that the responsibility for this tragedy does not rest solely on my client. Thank you.
Thank you, counsel. We will now proceed with the testimony from both the plaintiff and the defendant. We will begin with the plaintiff. Mrs. Reed, please tell me why you believe Miss Perry should be ordered to pay you $250,000.
Well, Your Honor, my son Marcus was my provider. I'm disabled and unable to work. He paid my bills, brought my groceries, and made sure I had everything I needed. He was wrongfully killed at Mrs. Perry's establishment, and I believe her negligence caused my family an unimaginable loss. Without my son, I have no way to support myself. That's why I believe Miss Perry should be held accountable.
Thank you, Ms. Reed. Ms. Perry, please tell the court why you believe you are not liable for this incident.
Well, Your Honor, me take full responsibility for the argument between my supervisor and the security guard outside me establishment because it caused confusion among the customer. But Ms. Reed's son escalated the situation. Him spit upon the security guard, and unfortunately, the security guard reacted. Me understand Mrs. Reed's grief, but me the import the trigger, and the shooting happened outside my club on the public sidewalk.
Thank you, Ms. Perry. Now that I've heard from both parties, I have a better understanding of the facts that are before the court. Ms. Perry, I appreciate your honesty. And Ms. Reed, I am truly sorry for your loss. At this time, I'd like counsel for both sides to come forward for any final statements before I issue my ruling. With that being said, Attorney Price, do you have any final remarks before the court?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Reed is an elderly woman who is now struggling after losing her son. While Ms. Perry may not help pull the trigger, her negligence led to this tragedy. As a result, Ms. Reed has lost both her son and her support. We ask that you consider her circumstances and rule accordingly.
Thank you, Attorney Price. Attorney Zuniga, do you have anything?
Yes, Your Honor. We sincerely sympathize with Mrs. Reed and her loss. However, sympathy cannot replace the facts. Ms. Perry is a business owner, and she shouldn't be held responsible for a death she didn't cause. Mr. Reed's own actions escalated the confrontation, and the shooting occurred on public property, not inside Ms. Perry's establishment. The financial losses claimed could have been addressed through proper financial planning. We respectfully ask the court to rule in favor of Ms. Perry.
Thank you, counsel, for your closing statements. After hearing the testimonies, reviewing the facts, and considering the arguments presented, the court is prepared to rule. Judgment is entered in the favor of the defendant, Ms. Tynesha Perry. The court finds that Miss Perry is not legally responsible for the death of Mr. Marcus Reed, and therefore is not liable for the damage sought in the amount of $250,000. The
That's what I'm
evidence
talking
shows the
about.
shooting occurred on public property, outside the perimeter of Mrs. Perry's establishment, and the plaintiff has not met the burden necessary to hold Miss Perry liable.
Ugh, fuck
Accordingly,
you.
the plaintiff's claims are dismissed. Court is adjourned.
Damn.
We did it, Josh.
I
Thank
told you I
man.
had your back.
Ibrahim, get here now, boy. May have good news. Oh, maybe he's upstairs. Ibrahim, boy, me know you hear me, boy. Come on, man. Me got something to tell ya. You won't believe. Oh, him not in here either. Maybe he's downstairs eating. Ibrahim, me know you hear me, man. Quit playing games. What the barbarous clat is this?
Tynesha, me sorry. Me couldn't bear going back to prison. Me take off me ankle monitor. It's in a bedroom. Me gone back to the island. You can come find me or start over. The choice is yours. Me love you, Ibrahim.
Funny how life works. Sometimes you can win the battle and still feel like you've lost something. I was so proud of my husband for winning Tanisha's case. Just when I thought my sister could finally breathe again, the rug got pulled right from under her. She came home ready to celebrate, only to find Ibrahim gone. After everything they've been through, that's a hard pill to swallow. But knowing my sister, I don't believe this is where her story ends. Part of me hopes she starts over, choose herself, and finally finds some peace. But another part of me knows Tanisha, and if she had a chance to find the love of her life, she'll be back on the island. All love stories aren't meant to end, they're meant to be continued.
It's synced in secret.